Brother Carl, 17X, City of Chicago, 19 years, married 19 years.
And I'm Sister Jewel.
What did you learn from the marriage retreat?
Oh, of course you would. I learned a great deal about myself, how to be more patient, and really patient, not having inside feelings that don't belong, really exhibit that inside and out, and feel good about the change when it comes, because it will come if you believe. I shared with others that was important, it was refreshing, it was renewing, and important for all, not for those who have a marriage that seems to be doing well and they believe it's doing well. We need the reminders, and it was nice to have that and the examples of others. So I walked away with that.
Well, the thing that got me with me being a minister out of the Christian church and doing marriage retreats and conferences and those kind of things, my purpose really was to come in just to meet Brother Marcus and Sister Cecelia. But with the way they had it set up and the information and the exercises, it brought something to my mind. I said, oh, okay, I need some of this too. And it did me when I looked at Brother Marcus, Brother Cecelia, and one of the response was, and my wife made this response, the comment, if we can get this, a lot of marriages wouldn't be in the condition that they would be in. So I believe what Brother Marcus and Sister Cecelia have allowed to happen through the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is work. And I just believe that as soon as we can get on board with this here, and we can take this from city to city and state to state, I believe we can save our black marriages.
Would you guys recommend this to other couples?
Without doubt,
Without a doubt.
hesitation.
Actually, when we get back to Chicago, I'm making out flyers. I'm making out flyers and sending out emails. So I would highly recommend
This
this.
is key medication for marriages, and that's any and everywhere. If you are in marriage for the reason the marriage has been ordained, then you should always strive for a better and a more excellent marriage. It's like doctors. Doctors don't go to school and then just start, doing medicine. They're always practicing, and therefore we ought to do the same. And we'll never reach the level of total excellence because we're not perfect, but we should continue to strive for it. So therefore, yes, we should, and we will recommend.
Yes, most is true. I look at it from this standpoint of view, that even those who think they know need this. And like you said, that the very word practice itself comes about. You can't continue to do something in the same manner without practice and knowing that if day by day more information is available, then more information should be integral. But if you get information and don't use it, don't take no action behind it, then you shouldn't expect any change. One of the things that that came to my mind in looking at this here is that in the beginning we say, she's what I always wanted, and she says, that's the man for me. But something happened between saying that time and getting into the middle. I often utilize the European marriage vows, and the two things I look at is when you say, do you promise to love her in sickness and in health, and in riches and in poor? And when you really look at the analogy of that, the first thing that you look at is sickness, then the health, then riches and the poor. So actually riches and health is sandwiched between health, between poor and sickness. So when we get to the point where the marriage becomes sick and almost to the point of death, which is poor, we never really look at getting to the health part and the rich part. So when the poor come, we can deal with that and toss it right out the door. So I believe that if we who are here take this out as ambassadors and spread this through the city, and it has nothing to do with the religion, but it has to do with our people and what we really need. So yeah, I appreciate what Brother Cecelia and Sister Sister Cecelia is doing, and it's helped. Even with me being a minister and counselor, I look at some things to myself. I say, "Whoa, okay." So my wife and I, we have projects to do concerning our marriage, concerning our children who are married as well, to share this also with them.
Especially as we continue to evolve.
So we thank the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for
Yes.
allowing this to because it works. It's beautiful, and everybody needs to be a part of this.
It is key. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, and then what aspect of the retreat stood out the most to you?
What aspect?
Stood out the most, like the best part.
Oh,
The laughter for me. When the couples were able to laugh and giggle and just be like from the beginning when they got together, that was the most important. It's like watching children. You know, we saw the renewing in them coming about after releasing some things that needed to be released. And who knows how long they've held on to it, how long we've held on to stuff. And to release it, you're allowed to go back to the beginning. And that's what we want to do. Be reminded of how it started and to get back there and stay there as often as possible.
and coupled with that, to actually see the truth, the power of truth working, in people who decided to give up. And then to see that, and within that, to see that laughter then come up out of them, and they're conversing back and forth with one another. Oh, it brought tears to my eyes. So this is really a beautiful thing. We, like I said, I've dealt with Brother Marcus on the talk radio, and I felt his energy.
Okay.
And so I said, well, baby, we're going to go to California since we went to Niagara Falls, and we got family here. But after seeing him and hearing them and interacting with them, and especially Minister Brother Tony, he really laid it out. So with all that being said, and to couple what you said about the laughter, and then to actually be in the midst, to see the power that come out of speaking truth. So if you can't be a healer if you haven't been healed yourself.
That's true.
So we look forward to being ambassadors in Chicago.
Would you guys like to add anything else? Anything?
I believe it has gotten me over some things. So even with what I was already seeing, I see my wife differently. So this is what Allah has brought to me. And it helped me really understand that single bound word help me. And to help me don't stay behind or underfoot or overhead or in front, but she's right on side of it. And when I mess up, she put the brother back in line with Allah. So that's about it.
She's just glowing over there. You want to add anything?
I've always felt he was on track. I mean, the things that I felt were off base, we were always able to pull it back together. And the confirmation here is what I received,
Yeah.
that we're going about things the right way, and it helped me there. So that's what I wanted to add. And I just wanted to thank everyone who pulled this together. Again, everyone who helped, whatever level. It's an awesome work, and it should continue. It really should. Not to be taken for granted. It really helps a number of people.
Thank you. You guys did excellent.
Oh,
Thank you, sister.
You're welcome.